Hi Libra, this is going to be your reading for the 6th through the 10th. It's good for any placement of Libra in your natal chart. As always, keep in mind, this is a general message. It's not going to resonate with everyone that watches. I could also be picking up on the energy around you and not your energy. So if this doesn't hit it for you, it could be someone in your energetic field. Take it as it resonates for you. If you're new, welcome to Soma Chandra Tarot. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. Link to my website to check out personal and private readings and human design and astrology reports is down in the description. Also, if you're new, you really need to be on my other channel called Soma Chandra Libra. I read for all 12 zodiac signs on Soma Chandra Tarot. That does include you, but Libra, I get so many downloads for you, and also Sagittarius, that I created a different channel just for you guys. So check out my other channel, Soma Chandra Libra. I do love messages, and we look at and get advice about the energy around you, okay? This is general. You can apply it to any part of your life. So subscribe to both channels and hit the bell so you know where I read for you in both places. Libra, I think that courage and faith are necessary for you at this time. I think that some of you are very worried about having enough to get by. You need to be reminded that there will be enough. You will be provided for. There are feelings of insecurity surrounding resources and security. And it's no time to quit. It's no time to give up. Because out of my first oracle deck, I asked Spirit, what's going on for Libra this, the next week coming up? And I have patience, fulfillment, going forward, focus, security. Okay. At this time, Libra, some of you feel like you can't pursue like this amazing dream that you want to pursue. You know that you need to focus on making decisions that will bring security and stability. There is a need to focus on security. You will need to be patient when it comes to feeling fulfillment and wish fulfillment. Be patient at this time. Something that you want to see ripen so that you can pick it off the tree and harvest it and, allow yourself to be sustained with it. You have to be patient when it comes to the feeling of fulfillment. I believe that you may not feel completely fulfilled for the month of September, but Spirit's saying we can't have everything instantly all the time. You do need to be patient when it comes to experiencing the feeling of fulfillment. Go forward. It says going forward, but I heard go forward, not backwards. You need to move forward and you need to focus. In particular, focus on security. Okay, so when focus comes out, I think that you will struggle with focus and being focused the next couple of days, but you do need to continue to move forward at this time, focusing on feeling secure. There is a feeling of insecurity. 4 cards also came out of the Colette Baron Reid Spirit of the Animal Oracle deck. Porcupine Spirit, Time for a Beginner's Mindset, came in reverse. Also Sacred Beetle Spirit, the magic works through you, came in the reverse. Otter Spirit, You're Never Alone. And Spider Spirit, Make Your Dreams Real. Your big challenge, though, is Koi Fish Spirit, There is always enough. Spirit has a plan, but you don't see the bigger picture. They want me to pull these out. Spirit has a plan, but right now you don't see the bigger picture. You're worried about not having enough. There is a dream that you are being encouraged to make real. Spiders work very carefully and meticulously on their web. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be carefully and meticulously focusing on making a dream come true. Your guides are reminding you that even if you feel alone, you are not alone. If there is anyone around you that you're maybe pushing away, that you don't want to open up to, that you don't want to ask for help, Spirit saying, don't do that. A lot of you do have people around you or someone around you that wants you to know that you're not alone, that they support you, that they love you, that they care about you. Or that if you look for the support, you will not feel alone. Some of you might have to look for it, though. With Time for a Beginner's Mindset and Magic Works Through You in reverse, I also have the 4 of Cups sitting up here. So I'm feeling someone pulling back, like, no. Almost in a little bit of a defiance. Like, some of you are really struggling to have a beginner's mindset. It's difficult to be a beginner. It's easy when you're younger, but I mean, I'll be 49 this year, and I'll be honest with you guys, I completely understand struggling with the beginner's mindset at times. Some of you are like, oh, I'm not a kid anymore. I don't have to, like, I don't want to go back to school, or I don't want to start all over again. I don't want to be a beginner. I'm not a beginner. Guess what? You're a beginner every single day when you wake up. You really are. It's time for, you're either a Padawan learner or you're a Jedi. It's time to see yourself as a learner and a beginner. I do think that you are very extra prickly. You may be assuming the worst in other people. I also think you feel like your energy is blocked, like you can't get out your message. You feel like magic isn't working through you. I'm hearing some imposter syndrome, a struggle to get something going. But Spirit's saying there will be enough. Will you experience fulfillment? No, not right now. You have to be patient about life being a peach. But look at the bigger picture. Spirit does have a plan. There will be enough for you to keep weaving this dream. I feel as though some of you might be like living paycheck to paycheck or something like that while you're also trying to like get maybe a new business or something like that off the ground. And you're starting to feel like you can't do it. Spirit's saying you have to focus on making decisions that will bring you a sense of security at this time, and you just need to keep going forward. Just keep pushing forward. I did a general Celtic cross for you guys. I did pick up on some energy in the environment. If this doesn't feel like you, it could be someone around you. But the overall energy of the reading is the Ten of Wands. Overwhelmed. What do I always say about this guy? Libra, are you asking your kids to help you carry in the groceries? Do you have all that? I feel like I always want to say to this guy, oh my God, do you need help? I'm fine. Are you sure? Because you're carrying a lot. Nope, I'm good. There might be some shame and regret. You might feel really overwhelmed. You also feel like a one-person army at this time. I always notice in this deck, this person's carrying the wands in front of him so that no one sees him as he walks into town. So some of you feel like you need privacy. You don't want to open up to other people. You're going through some difficult stuff right now. It's overwhelming. The challenge is the Tower. The challenge or the catalyst is the Tower. Some of you have Scorpio in your chart, or you're dealing with a Scorpio. Some of you may have to suddenly move or relocate, or things are overwhelming. When the Tower is the catalyst, the spiritual message of the Tower is, can you recover from something chaotic and overwhelming? Can you recognize the massive shifts that might be happening within you and around you? If it's happening in your environment, I mean, they're not walking out of the Tower. They're falling out. It's insane. It's intense. It's scary. You might be going through some massive life changes right now, and it's just like a lot. It's just a lot. But the Tower needs to be rebuilt in a better location with better materials a little bit more slowly, so that the next time it deals with inclement weather, it can withstand that lightning storm. Some of you will have unexpected issues with like maybe things that you didn't expect you would have to pay for. Maybe some weird stuff happens in your home, unexpected expenses, electrical problems, shocking things happening. It's overwhelming and it's a lot. For some of you, this is a very unexpected move, and you might feel like you have nowhere to go. It's like the shit's going down either inside of you or around you, and it's just a lot. What's driving you or your deep past is the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you had a lot of security, and now you suddenly feel like you don't. But this is also a driving position. You want that karmic empire. You are being driven and motivated by good things. The Pentacle realm deals with health, wealth, time, money, that sense of security, that sense of stability that is present in the 3D. It's not thoughts, it's not feelings, it's not actions, it's something that exists. All these 10 Pentacles exist. So with the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands with the Tower, Some of you may feel a huge disruption in your home, maybe a property. There could be some financial stuff. Definitely wanting the security and being motivated by it, but not sure how much more you can do. Almost there. Almost. But deep within, and you're deep in your subconscious and you're in the recent past as well, is the Three of Wands. Okay, well, you are thinking about the future. You are assessing the future. You are assessing for growth potential. I think you're trying to turn your back on your problems. I do think that some of you definitely feel like your wings are a little bit clipped. I think you want to turn away from this drama, but it is a bit overwhelming here for you. You might be waiting for something to come towards you at this time. I feel like with the Tower, like so much disruption, you may have had stability at one point not that long ago, but now you don't, and you know you've got to think about the future. I did drop 2 cards for what your higher self is thinking about all the time, and I got the 2 of Cups. That usually involves talking to another person, so I let one more card drop out. And whenever I get 2 pip cards, it represents you. It represents whomever I'm reading for. When we get a court card, I usually clarify that person. It's often someone else in the environment. But I feel like this is a me, myself, and I conversation. I feel like you're looking yourself in the mirror and you're like, what do I want? I don't really know what I want. The 4 of Cups represents emotional stability because 4s are a foundation. But you may have some conversations this week that leave you wondering what you should place the most emotional importance on in your life. Low key, I'm not saying depression, just like blah, blah. Conversations that don't seem productive with either yourself or with someone else. But your guides are saying, like, have heart-to-heart conversations. Say what you mean what you say to yourself, to others. Think about what it is that you really want. What will bring you emotional stability at this time? I feel like you're not going to get the answers that you want to hear entirely. And I also think you don't know what, like any self-conversations you have lead you to being kind of at an impasse. Some of you may get some kind of a rejection letter or something, or you get a yes letter, but you don't have the resources to pursue it. There was something like this similar for you here last time I read for you. I do have the 2 of Swords. Some of you feel like you're being blocked, or watch out for overthinking it. Your action is that you're at an intellectual impasse. But I clarified this and I got the 5 of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Okay, to my feminines, some of you are dealing with another feminine that's an air sign. You've met your match with her. It's a struggle to work through things. Some of you are butting heads with a woman. You have competing ideas. There could be some power struggles and even intellectual power struggles. I also hear that if you try, she always looks like the giver of sound advice, either that or she's telling people what to do. Watch out for being too mouthy or a busybody. Wait for an invitation to give advice or direction. Just state your boundaries and what you think very clearly if it's appropriate. But there's stuff that needs to be worked out with others in the environment. Others might not be taking your advice. I do think this will irritate you. A choice does need to be made. There may be too many people involved in this decision. I'm also hearing it may have to do with young people or children. I'm hearing any of you that are teachers, you have to take matters into your own hands. There may be something happening in the building or the school that you teach in or wherever you work. And you may consider your coworkers or your employees children as well. I heard children. And you have to take matters into your own hands and make a decision to get yourself into an environment where it's conducive for learning and education, or just things running smoothly. That will involve difficult conversations. I'm hearing some of you are about ready to stop doing something for career and do something new. Here's how you see yourself. Well, I like the way you see yourself. The 3 of Pentacles to the 6 of Wands. Some of you are putting yourselves out there to be noticed. The 6 of Wands is surveying the crowd. He's not lowering standards either. He's putting himself out there. You're advertising yourself. You're seeing yourself as a person worthy of accomplishment and success. And the Three of Pentacles, that's being recognized and rewarded for what you bring to the table. So you will see yourself as being acknowledged in a positive way by others around you. This is like good role model vibes. The only thing I would say about the Six of Wands is it's not always great at communication. Some of you are advertising yourselves a little bit more than you typically do. I'm also hearing some of you might be a little bit cryptic on social media. That will make people roll their eyes, but you're only willing to share what you're willing to share. I do think people around you will notice you. Some people assume you're doing better than you think you are. A lot of people don't know what you're going through. But because these cards came out, Libra, like you're never alone, you have to be courageous, there's always going to be enough, the action, like you have to have a beginner's mindset and the magic will work through you. See this bigger picture because Spirit has a plan. Some of you just, I don't have strength here, but you might have a little bit too much pride to ask for help. Here's what you need to know or your advice. What's in the hidden factor? What's in the hidden position around you? Ooh, I got the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords. Okay, so you're here doing your thing. Maybe you're working on something. Maybe you just got a promotion or you're a leader in some way. You're dealing with people and their shenanigans. You have to make these tough choices. You're like, Jesus Christ, what do we do now? Whatever. Someone around you is like, that looks like screw you. Like they're jealous. They're angry. They don't like what they see when they look at you. They look bitter. They look like they're dealing with a broken heart. So you may have people around you or someone around you that's jealous and has ill will. You may get some kind of a victory. I don't have the Nine of Cups here. You're not looking smugly satisfied. I think you're just going to you're going to push feelings aside and say what you mean and mean what you say. If you're not the Queen of Swords, you might be dealing with someone who's kind of, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's your partner, maybe it's a family member. It could be anyone that you have to deal with. You may just block them out and be like, nope, I'm going to make the decisions that make me feel good about myself. Someone might not like that. I'm hearing a little bit of misery loves company. I did pull out the Illumination Oracle deck to get a little bit, I couldn't get a court card to come out. So I couldn't get anything to come out. So I just clarified the hidden factor. And I got fear, storm brewing, and regain control, making plans and stuck. Someone wants to make plans, but they're stuck. They're fearful as well. They want to regain some kind of a control. It may have to do with plans being made. This person may not directly compete with you. Just whatever you're doing in your life makes them feel bad about themselves. You might be trying to make plans with this person. This person does like to feel a sense of control, though, and they don't. And the minute they lose control, they feel afraid. I think this person also imagines worst case scenarios. And now, if they're not mad or upset with you, you just need to know that a hidden factor, either for yourself or this person, is you're going to have to fight through a lot of bullshit. There might be some harsh words. There might be some pessimism and heartbreak and like things just aren't going to work out for you this week. Maybe not with them. Focus on optimism and ask yourself, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? But there may be some competition here and someone is maybe afraid that they're losing control. They may see you beginning to win a battle simply by shifting your attitude, and maybe you're blocking out shenanigans and nonsense. Like I'll take my sound advice and my intellectual stability somewhere else. I don't have time for all this, even though it's not great timing. The way you feel, though, is the High Priestess, Pisces. Some of you have Pisces in your chart. You're observing a lot this week. She's like a spider. She sits in her corner, watches everyone. She observes everyone in the environment. She's great at keeping her secrets to herself. She is a loner vibes. I'm also hearing like black sheep. Sometimes the Hermit and the High Priestess, like they're not like everybody else. Like everyone else is like working through their stuff and you're like, nope, not me. I'm watching you all in the corner, sipping my chai latte, talking to spirit. I think your intuition will be very heightened. I think that you are trying to tap into the divine. I also think that you're trying to purify your relationship with spirit. In the past, maybe You felt like your relationship with spirit wasn't as pure as you would like it to be. Sometimes we kind of go down a rabbit hole with like maybe tarot or magic or spells, or I'm hearing I want to get back to basics. And I just heard get square with God. Okay. I'm trying to get square with God every day. I know how you feel. I do think you're a silent observer and you're not quite sure how to feel. Make sure you're tapping into your own feelings before you're overly concerned about how other people feel. I also think with the final outcome being the Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, people are terribly curious about what you're doing and what you're thinking. I think you want to keep a lot of things to yourself. I think you do not want to answer other people's questions about your life choices and who you are. I think that irritates the busybodies around you. And you're like, dude, I've got my own issues. I am not answering to you guys. I do think you feel like you have to get out of situations that make you uncomfortable very carefully. There's the highest version of yourself is saying some of you may have to have a difficult conversation with someone and you're not, and you know that once you have the conversation, it's going to make you kind of question how you feel about things. I predict that some of you will avoid this conversation. You don't really want to talk about it. You don't really want to answer questions. This Queen of Swords might be some kind of an angry busybody that you're just like, can you just back off? Because you're like, well, I got out of that conversation by the skin of my teeth. Your higher self might be saying, maybe you ought to just have this conversation. I think you're not sure that you want to. Just take the advice, Libra. Going forward, you do have to stay focused. Okay, do what you have to do to stay focused. I just heard some of you really want to be in a totally different environment. You want to live somewhere cold. Me, I'm a summer baby. I want to read tarot in a bathing suit 365 days of the year. I'm hearing that some of you are like, I'm literally so sick of humidity and I want to be somewhere when it snows. I'm hearing you like the cold weather. I'm hearing some of you are going to travel somewhere in the Middle East, actually. Okay, that's very few of you, but be patient about the fulfillment. Moving forward, you can't afford to live in a fantasy or an illusion. You do have to focus on security. But I also feel like Spirit is saying to you, that doesn't mean that you should like give up on your dreams. You just have to have a beginner's mindset and you have to believe that the magic will work through you. But the magic will only work through you if you are in motion, Libra. I believe that the word manifest is a verb, like it's an actual doing. If you refuse to do, how can any magic work through you? That's like a principle of Reiki. You have to allow the universal Reiki energy to move through you. You're not alone, Libra. Spirit has a plan and there's going to be enough, okay? I do think you're moving towards growth and expansion, maybe something special around your birthday. But someone around you is not in the same place as you. Hopefully this helps you and people will be curious about you. Answer the questions if you feel like it. I don't think you will, though. Your guides are pulling back and they're telling me there's nothing more to say. Okay, there's nothing more to say. Bummer. All right, Libra, that's the next week here. General messages. Check out your other channel, Soma Chandra Libra, for love and life messages, and link to my websites down below. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Libra Nation. Always. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.